not the field's fault. What you got to say?
I disagree, man. Totally, man. So you gonna say that the women rejecting men is making men be hoes and dogs? You gonna blame it on rejection? That sounds like some pan stuff right there, dog.
In your younger days, before you wanted the evolved man, the stay-at-home guy, the guy that went to church and all that, you wanted the thug, you wanted the athlete, you wanted the rapper, you want this, you want that. In the process of you chasing that type of man, you was constantly curving good guys, or guys that you would consider great today. You was constantly curving them. So just think, if you curved, say 20 of those guys, 18 of them turned into what bro just described. Turned into a guy that was like, you know what, man, being this good dude ain't working. I'm gonna be a savage out here, and this is what's gonna get me the women. So they do that, and they become successful with that. And now you just played a part in creating 18 men based on you curving them to go be the same type of man that you complain about today.
Yeah.
So now you trying to swim through this pool of terrible men that you created to find this needle in the haystack, and you mad at the field. It's not the field's fault. Before you
take it away, T. It's not the field's fault. What you got to say?
I disagree, man. Totally, man. So you gonna say that the women rejecting men is making men be hoes and dogs? You gonna blame it on rejection? That sounds like some pan stuff right there, dog. Straight punk. Straight punk stuff right there. I done got rejected plenty of times. I ain't never feel like, all right, so I'm getting so rejected, I'm just going out here and sleep with everybody because I'm so hurt. That sound like a bunch of hurt punks. I don't want to use other words, but them sound like young punks. This soft, right? I just don't. To me, that just sounds like a cop out excuse for it to be deviant. So I got rejected so bad. So what a woman gonna say if she's gonna be rejected so bad? She's gonna be a whole sleep with everybody? That's gonna be right? Make no sense, bro. But I get it. You try to get on there and folks be, yeah, right, and everybody want to sign up. That's bullshit. Shut your mouth.
Check this out. I understand what the guy is saying. So it's some truth in what he is saying, but at the same time, it's almost like you can't just totally fault women. And I get that part. So here's some of the truth I hear in what he's saying. Number one would be is when we were younger, our appetite of what was said on, music and stuff like that played a big influence on what we wanted. I want a roughneck. I want a thug. I want a killer. All that stuff that when we were young, we heard it. But I do understand over time, a man who is hearing these lyrics and hear the woman say, I want a baller, a shot caller. It does affect how we move. I do believe that. Now, with that being said, you would think that we should expect over time to evolve or move away from childish views of things. But I don't think, man, I really don't think we understand that at this point. And when I mean we, I'm saying we don't see a transition from childish music to adult music anymore. Like that genre is gone. I'm hearing parents listen to their kids' music. So I'm saying, how does that work? Because my mom wouldn't dare listen to the music I was listening to. So there was no separation from how a youngin would live their life or see certain things, and as adult see something different. So now, let's say you're 35, things in your life hasn't been working good, and now you want this man that obviously over time heard another way of he's supposed to behave or think. It will be difficult for that woman. That's just my I can see that. Now, whether or not it's her fault, I wouldn't put it on her. I wouldn't put it on her because it's too big, man. This piece of what's going on in this culture, because you gotta understand something. Our culture is being hijacked by brands. That whatever the brand is, a music brand, an alcohol brand, and that brand is soliciting black folks. You know why? Because black folks can make other nations buy things. We sell cool or hip. And I hate to say that, cool and hip really is a low developed person who really doesn't have a future in mind. And what I mean by that is this. The party goer, the cool guy in high school, he never panned out. You can go look for him right now. He did not pan out, but he was the image of what girls wanted back then. That nerd, that geek that was in school, they didn't want him. But now they realize in their later years, those are the ones that they want to pursue. So who do we truly blame for the girls' behavior? I think we can blame those who pretty much control the marketing and ideas of how you should look at a man through music. I hate to say this, but don't men make rap music? The guy who was hard, nigga, I'll shoot you. They were black men. So that image that she was going after back then was that man that she desired. Now all of a sudden, she realized that desire was wrong. So now she's transitioning, saying, hey, I need more of a man who can support me, that is a real image of what a man should be, outside of this playboy image that I grew up thinking that's what I wanted. So I don't think it's her fault no more than we had to say the men who was acting like that, putting out the image the way they was putting out the image, is their fault too. Once again, I believe it's self-inflicted gunshot wounds that we put on ourselves in this black culture, and we are part of the problem. Same way I'm pretty sure he's part of the problem. What can we do? Because I ain't gonna lie to you. I didn't lie to girls, but at the same time, I wasn't a one guy male. So I'm pretty sure. Huh? I'm sorry. Let me scratch that. I wasn't a one guy woman, which I'm assuming, and I'm pretty sure it affected the women I dated. It had to. It had to affect them. Because you know why? Because it was a chance I got affected. It was a girl that I wanted to be with, and she was with some other person. And she was playing me between him and myself.
Like I said, I have to back up sometimes, because you know what, man, I had a good mom. My mom's great. She did a good job. She taught me better. Because she told me, when a girl don't like you for you or whatever, say you too nice, you move on to the next one, you move on to the next one. You don't got to go out here and do no savagery and dishonor yourself and her, what she done taught you. So again, I'm gonna blame it on moms. Why I can't understand what some of these Negroes be talking about. So that's it.
Man, that's relevant. That's very relevant. We need to understand that blame is not directed just one direction. Blame is a cultural situation. We all have part in why this black woman is now trying to readjust what's better for her. Now, here's the thing. She didn't know no more than the guys knew that's not the way you should behave. You should not behave like a thug, or I'm that dude, or whatever. Because in the end, the music bigged them up. Now you're an adult and you realize, I don't need no thug, because thugs go to prison. Thugs go to jail. Thugs get you locked up. Thugs get you killed. So now she transitioned, and you're going to say, oh, that's her fault? Nah, not nope. Because the man is the one who rapped on them lyrics. The man is the one who was doing the imagery where she obviously started to like. So yes, the man has that part of the play of why she's the way she is, why she bent that way. So I guess we bent her to like thugs. You know, no more than she bent the nice guy to become more thuggish or savagery, you know, based on your point. But in the end, we should have all had more mamas like T-Bone, who mom said, look, if they don't love you for who you are, you don't need them. So, black man, I hope that you help us, this next generation, by building her up, by saying, look, yeah, sis, you kind of bent some of these brothers wrong, but I tell you what, at this point in time, you better go get that church goer. You better go get that dude who want to go to work. You better go get that guy who like to read books and not always outside talking about I'm just with my boys playing basketball. Yeah, that's the thing. Why don't we pump up that image instead of us debating whether or not it's all her fault?